Good morning. Greetings for the day. We welcome all the participants for today's eConnect, an interaction initiative with entrepreneurs. Topic for today's session is workshop on business plan writing. Business plan is the written documents which defines its objectives and how it is to go about achieving its goals. A business plan lays out a written roadmap for firm from marketing, financial, and operational standpoints. To know more about this, we have with us today Mr. Mohamed Riaz, Executive Director, BNI Tirunelveli, Regional Director, BNI Nagarkovil and Tuticorin, serial entrepreneur and business coach. I also welcome our beloved director, Dr. AGV Narayanan, our faculty members. I welcome all the participants who has joined for today's eConnect. Now I request my friend Sandhya to introduce the speaker.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. Mohamed Riaz had completed his schoolings in Chinmaya Vidyalaya. He completed his bachelor's in electrical, electronics and communications engineering at MEPCO's Clink Engineering College. Then he became the MD of Arasan Bakery and Restaurant Corporation Private Limited. Then he also worked as MD of King's Realty. He worked as the independent representative of QNet Limited. Then he became the director of Arasan Departmental Stores Limited, also Arasan Building and Construction Development. He worked as the managing partner of King's Retail Ventures and King's Chick. After that, he became the executive director of BNI Tirunelveli. He worked as the managing partner of King's Accounting Services. Then he became the correspondent of Times School. He is also the proprietor of Pre-Coach Academy. After that, now he is the regional director of BNI, Tuticorin and Nagarkovil. And now I request the speaker to take over the session.
Thank you so much. Very good morning. Yeah.
The floor is yours.
Yeah. Thank you so much. How much time I have?
Normally, it may last for 45 minutes to 60 minutes, followed by Q&A session, sir.
All right, fine. To all the participants, thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity. To all the participants over here, if you can see me, hear me, and see my screen okay, then you type okay in the chat box, please. Let's have some dialogue. It's not going to be a monologue. As you know, one of my professions is a trainer. I just completed a training now for BNI for close to about 70 members now, and coming fresh with equal energy to energize you all. So can I have some answers in the chat box? So are the participants allowed to chat?
Yes, they're allowed to chat.
Okay. So, right. So with that, I am really excited and really ready and excited to take a 1 hour session, maybe a 45 minutes session by me and for 15 minutes Q&A session for you all. So I am really ready and excited. If you are equally ready and excited, type the word excited in the chat box so that I may know that everyone is excited and everyone is ready to learn. I may now ask the host to mute everyone so that we can have a seamless workshop. Subramaniam and Kaushika, thank you so much for that, and request every participant to stay on mute, please, so that you can hear me and so that you can have 100% focus. And thank you so much for that excitement in the chat box, right? So by the way, thank you so much, host, for the introduction and as well as an opportunity for me to address about this particular topic in front of all the MBA students, aspiring entrepreneurs out there, startup entrepreneurs out there. And I wish you all good luck before we actually begin. Right. So before I actually begin, let me tell you that my story started very much similar. In fact, not pretty much similar than you, right? Because I'm not an MBA graduate as of now. I am still pursuing my MBA. I completed my Bachelor of Engineering in the year 1993-97, and now I am standing in front of you, sharing some of the things that I learned in my journey of close to about 25-26 years, right? So I'm not a guru here to give you some advices. I'm not a guru here to give you lots of suggestions or what you have to do and all those things. I'm here to share some kind of a knowledge that I actually acquired over the past 2.5 decades. I hope that is okay with everyone. And time and again, I may be able to share some of the stories that are pretty much relevant to what I am actually talking, right? So here, I request the host to disable annotation, I will do that. Okay, I will disable the annotation so that no one scribbles on the screen and everyone can see the screen. Okay, fine. Right. So I'm using a unique kind of a software which is called as a mind map, right? I don't rely on a PowerPoint because people who don't have a power and don't have any other point to prove, they will use the PowerPoint. I'm here to actually tell you of whatever things that I have it in my mind. I have mapped it in a mind map and I'm going to share with you right now. So since the time is very much limited, let us straight away jump into the topic. Before I jump into the topic, let me post a question to you. So I just wanted to see who is having the fastest finger out there to type the answer. Why we need to write a business plan? Why we need to write a business plan? Can I have the answers in the chat box, please? Why we need to write a business plan? Business plan எதுக்கு சார் எழுதணும்? அப்படியே straight away business ஆரம்பிச்சிடலாமே. We can start a business straight away, right? We have the funds and we have everything ready. We'll start the business. Why we need to enter the business plan? See, the author of the books, okay, because it's a guideline for the business. Well done, excellent, Varsha Kalyan. Awesome, excellent. To get success in business is Nikhilesh. Okay, to make a foundation, to give a basement says Balasubramaniam. Reshma says to achieve the goal effectively. And Mohamed Riaz. Oh, there is one more Mohamed Riaz and one more Reshma. You know what? What a similarity. My wife's name is Reshma, right? My name is Riaz, and that's good. Okay, I'm in the right place at the right time. At future forecasting, that's a good one. A business plan is required to assess the long-term and short-term goals for the business of the company. Already you are sounding like, I mean, entrepreneurs, guys. Give yourself a big round of applause. Pat on your back, right? Excellent. Plain before attack to win the war. Plan before attack to win the war, says Dinesh. That's a kind of high visualization. Good one. Kaushika says future mind map to analyze different aspects and possibilities, and everyone was right. Right? So in a nutshell, right? Business plan is the first critical step that sets out why your business should exist in the first place. Why you do what you do. I was about to share about the famous author Simon Sinek. How many of you have heard about the author Simon Sinek? If you have heard about the author Simon Sinek, type what is the name of the book. Maybe he has written close to about 4 or 5 books. One book is very, very famous, right? One book is very, very famous and pretty much relevant to the topic that I am sharing today, right? Can you? I think people are starting out there Googling. Maybe, right? So one advantage that we have in the online meeting, online training is we can do whatever that we want to do, right? In front of the screen without the other person knowing about it. But anyway, I know that we are all good students, right? All the MBA students out here. And can you give me the title of the book? Any title that Simon Sinek has written. Okay, let me count down on a 5, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It's a very famous book. It is called as Start with Why. Start with Why, right? So let me ask you a question again. So who are the inventors of the aeroplane? Who invented the aeroplane? Can I have some answers in the chat box, please? Wright brothers, says Narayana Swami. Right brothers, correct. So I'm giving away the name of the book and the author as well. You can buy the book and read, or you can download it in the Kindle and read. It's a very good read before you actually start your entrepreneurial journey, right? So Wright brothers, they invented the plane. There was one other guy whose name is Samuel Pierpont Langley, who was also parallelly discovering or inventing about these planes, and he was supported financially by NASA. But no one actually knew about this guy, Samuel Pierpont Langley, right? Only the Wright brothers came into the limelight. Why? Because their why was pretty much stronger than Samuel. Samuel actually was inventing the plane for himself. That is, to get the name and fame for himself. Why? While Wright brothers, they actually wanted to change the status quo, wanted to change the way people traveled across the world. And that is the main difference. And that is the why. Now you have to identify your why. right? If you ask me why I am here in front of you in the DJ Academy, while I have plenty of other businesses to take care. Why? Because my mission, my vision in my life is to help 1 lakh entrepreneurs, 100,000 entrepreneurs, right? Help them increase their productivity, help them create a process or increase their process oriented business, and then help them get more profits. And that is why I'm here. I want to be an inspiration for the budding entrepreneurs and the startup entrepreneurs. I want to be a stimuli. I want to just be a spark, right, in their life. And that is why I'm here, right? So that is, I just wanted to leave a legacy, right? That is why I'm here, right? So similarly, you may come up with a product to manufacture or product to trade, or maybe a service to start. So why you are choosing that particular product, why you are choosing that particular service is pretty much important. So this business plan will give you the answer to that particular why, because it acts as a blueprint. So normally where you actually hear about this particular word blueprint, in which industry you hear about the word blueprint? Blueprint, where do we actually use? In the civil industry, right? Right, for building houses, when it comes to architecture, when you are building a big building, right? So big structures, right? They need a blueprint. You need to plan well before you execute. Similarly, in a business, before you start a business, you need to have a plan. Right. Let me share you a small comedy here by the veteran, the famous actor, Mr. Vadivelu, right? He always used to say, எந்த விஷயத்தையும் பிளான் பண்ணி பண்ணணும். The same thing applies to business. I used to share this across all my trainings, right? If you actually fail to plan, you are actually planning to fail, right? So before you start any business, you need to have a business plan as a blueprint, right? So what are the important elements that has to be there in your blueprint? What are the things? For example, let me ask you the same question, right? You are going to have a blueprint for your dream house, right? Maybe in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now, you want to build a wonderful home for yourself and your family to live in peacefully, happily, prosperously, right? So what are the things that you will need in that particular blueprint? Can I have some answers in the chat box? What are the things that you will expect to have in the blueprint? Hello? What are the things that you will expect to have in the blueprint? Blueprint, what should be there? Okay, how much square feet I'm going to build? Thank you so much. Dvitya. Okay, so that's a different name. Okay, Amalan is saying estimation. Okay, I need to have an estimation. What else you want to have in the blueprint? Okay, budget, architecture, time to build, says Darshan. Okay, that's great. Okay, so you are on the dot, right? So how many rooms I need to have, how many bedrooms I need to have, what should be the size of the bedroom, and how many washrooms I need to have, how many restrooms I need to have, what should be the size of my swimming pool, my patio, then my porch, all those things, my lawn, and all those things, right, will be there in the blueprint, right? Similarly, in a business plan, if you are going to start a business, right? So beforehand, you start preparing your business plan. These are the important elements that actually has to be there in the blueprint. Number one is the purpose. That is what we actually learned now, right? Why you do what you do. The purpose of starting this particular organization, the purpose of starting this business, the purpose of you manufacturing this product, or you dealing with this particular service, right? Number one is the purpose. This constitutes, maybe you can call it as maybe your vision, right? Maybe your mission, right? So why you do what you do. So that is the purpose, right? Vision and mission. Then comes the products. Then comes the products that you're going to deal with. When I say products, it may also include the services, right? It may also include the services. It may not be a product-based business like a supermarket, but like a restaurant, like even in a restaurant, the service is involved, like a CCTV camera fitting company, right? So these are all product-based companies, right? Maybe an air-conditioned company, right? So for example, a service-based company, maybe an auditing firm, maybe a consultancy firm, maybe a coaching firm, right? So all these things constitute to the products and services that you're going to deal with. These are the important elements. Then the people who are going to be involved, that is your team. How good is your team? What is their skill? Everything we are going to understand deeply, right? And then the marketing strategy. So it is not appropriate that you are good, right? You are good. You are manufacturing the best product and the best service, but you have to be seen as the good. You have to be seen as the good. How people will see you? People will see you only through marketing. Only through marketing, right? So next one is, what are your financial goals, right? The forecast that you have to give. And last but not the least is raising funds. How you are going to raise funds for your new organization or your new business venture, right? So these are the broader elements. We are going to learn this in detail. We are going to see this in detail, right? So dear students, you can take notes as and when needed, right? Because I always believe that a blunt pencil is far more better than a sharp mind. So the mind is not to memorize anything. The mind is to process, to visualize, to imagine, right? To strategize, not to memorize, right? So you can write whatever aha moment that you have got during this particular session, right? So you take enough notes, and don't worry, I'll be sharing this mind map with you. It is already being recorded and it is already there in YouTube, but I'll be also sharing a PDF version of this particular mind map with your with the host, or maybe with the person who actually invited me. So don't worry about it. So I'll be sharing it, right? So I'm going to the next point, which is the business plan itself. We are going to cover a lot during this session. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll be completing on time. That is my specialty. Set clear goals. Someone said that what should be in the blueprint. Someone told me that, okay, Reshma told to achieve the goal effectively, right? In order for you to achieve the goal effectively, then you need to know about the goals, right? Mohamed Riaz said future forecasting, right? Future forecasting. Darshan said a business plan is required to assess the long-term and short-term goals for the business or the company. So setting clear goals is very, very important, right? Very, very important. Imagine that you are sitting inside a car. You want to go to, for example, say Chennai. So you'll be going in with the help of maybe say Google Maps, right? So it will guide you. A Google map can only guide you if you give the destination. If you do not give the destination, you will be roaming around, right? You will be wasting your time. Similarly, for your business, you need a goal to achieve. A goal has to be SMART. I hope you might have heard about this word SMART, which is an acronym, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Every time you set a goal, whether it is a physical goal, for example, you want to shed weight. What is the SMART goal? I want to weigh 75 kilograms, right? Is it measurable? Yes, it is measurable. Is it specific? Yes, it is 75 kilograms. Is it achievable, right? Yes, it is achievable. I'm 80 kilograms now. I want to achieve 75 kilograms. Okay. Is it relevant to my health? Yes, of course, it is relevant to my health because my body mass index is high. I need to shed some weight. Okay. Is it time bound? Yes. Within December 2021, I am going to lose another 5 kilograms. Is it a SMART goal? Yes, of course, it is a SMART goal. Similarly, you need to have a SMART goal for your business as well. For example, you are going to complete your graduation in March 2022, right? Okay. Within the next 10 years, or maybe say before April 2025, I will be starting my business. Right? Okay. Then is it measurable? Yes, of course it is measurable because it is time bound and you have to get ready with the funds, with the business plan and everything. Is it achievable? Okay, you have another 4 years to achieve this, or maybe 3 years to achieve this. It is achievable. By that time you can prepare with the plan, funding and all those things. Is it relevant? Yes, you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to become a business owner, and it is relevant to your goal as well. Is it time bound? Yes, it is time specific. Once you are inside the business, you can have a smart goal. For example, in the next 5 years, I am going to generate $5 million, or maybe you can say 35 crores of business, right? Is it measurable? Of course, you can measure whatever business that is being done every day, every month, every year, every quarter, right? And then is it achievable based on your product, based on your service, based on your expertise, and based on the skills and based on the team that you have, it is achievable. Is it relevant? Of course, you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to do something different, it is relevant. Is it time bound? Yes, I said 5 years, that is time bound. So all the goals, whatever goals that you said, be it financial, be it physical, be it mental, be it spiritual, right? Be it personal, professional, any goal has to be smart goal, right? And once you set the goal, it has to be a big, hairy, audacious goal. We call it as a BHAG, right? We call it as a BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. If the goal is easily achievable, then you have not set a BHAG. You have not set a big, hairy, audacious goal. So always have your goal with clarity, with brevity, and as well as focus. 100% focus is needed, right? Without focus, even if you work 24 hours, 7 days, 365 days, your productivity is going to be zero without focus, right? So you need to have 100% focus, and that is your goal that you're going to set before writing the business plan. And then how you are going to get the funding. Is it going to be own funding? In my case, whatever business I start, it is going to be my own fund, or maybe I can go for an external funding, right? What are the different external fundings that are available? Maybe I can call a family member or my cousin who is also into business and he is having some surplus money from his business and he is ready to invest in the business idea that I propose. I get money from my cousin. Or maybe it is a friend, maybe the friend who studied with you in the DJ Academy. You have a very good symbiotic relationship. You go together well and you are ready to start a business together on a 50% or maybe a 75-25%, whatever that you mutually agree upon, and you can source the fund that way. And the second one is the financial institutions like banks. Basically, I do not go for banks because that is not an ethical practice in my religion, in my way of life. So I don't go for bank loans. But it is up to you to choose the best bank that is available in the market, right? And the third one is an angel investor. In India, now, lots and lots of philanthropists, lots and lots of people like Ambani, people like Wipro, Azim Premji, and a lot of people, even if you take C.K. Kumaraswamy, I believe, Kumaraswamy or Kumaravel, right? So these people have started the angel investing company where these individuals, they actually support the startup companies, right? And then the fourth one is VC, which is the venture capitalist. These people are corporate people, but you have to be very careful with the VC because they share, they want a share in the directorship, they want a share in the decision making. That is the main difference between an angel investor and a VC, right? So, and the last but not is the limited company, which may be a private limited company or a public limited company, where you can have shareholders who will be investing in your idea, in your business, right? And these are the sources, these are the different types of funding. Broad categories, right? You can go to the micro level and still you can have a lot of other options as well. But these are the broad categories where you will be getting the funding. The main agenda for a business plan is to get funds, right? Is to get investors, right? That is why we write the business plan, so that you can give an overall bird's eye view of your entire idea coming into reality, right? If people say that your idea and the reality, they match each other, and the execution factor doesn't have much of a difference, then people investing in your company, the probability is very, 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 very high, right? So that is all about funding. And you need to have different versions of your business plan as well. Based on industry, for example, I am running a school which has got close to about 2,300 students. We started 16 years ago in the year 2006 with just 10 trustees. Now, since we have grown over the years, we have got close to about 22 trustees now. 22 trustees. So 12 other trustees have invested in our business. Right? But it differs from industry to industry, right? So for example, for education industry, you need to have a different business plan. For a retail industry, you need to have a different plan. Maybe for a service-based industry, you need to have a different plan, right? Similarly, for different investors, for example, for the banks, you need to be very, 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 very clear about all those financial statements, the forecast, like the balance sheet, the profit and loss statements, and all those details, the cash flow statement, everything you need to be very, very specific and very, very clear, very, very attractive also for them to invest, for them to give financial assistance for your company. And then to the employees as well. For example, you are going to present this to an employee, right, to your team, which you are building. Your business plan, entire business plan should come into reality only with the help of your team and not yourself, right? It doesn't depend on yourself. It depends on your team. So to present to your team, you need to have a different kind of a version of this business plan. And for different markets as well. For example, for the Tamil Nadu market, you need to be pitching it differently. For the Kerala market, you need to be pitching it differently. For the overall pan-India, all-India market, you need to be pitching it differently. For the international market, again, the Americas are different from the Africas. Africas are different from the Middle East, and Middle East is different from the Asia Pacific, right? So we have different markets, and you need to have different business plans for these markets as well. And it also depends on the products that you are actually going to deal with. So it differs from people to people, and it differs from industry to industry, investor to investor. Those are the different versions you need to have. And one thing before you actually share the business plan with any investor is have the secrecy maintained, because it is your idea, right? It is your brainchild. It is your brainchild. So you are going to share the brainchild. You are going to share the idea that no one has ever come before. So the confidentiality and as well as the NDA, which is the non-disclosure agreement, have to be signed. Why are you saying all these things upfront? See, guys, this is very, very important, because these are all your ideas. Everyone cannot conceive an idea, and every idea cannot be conceived by the other individual. The ideas are not similar. It differs from people to people, from market to market, from ethnicity to ethnicity, right? From color to everything, it differs, right? So you need to sign an NDA. Maybe it is an angel investor or a VC or any person whom you are going to share this business plan. The last thing that you don't want to hear or see is your idea is being copied by some other person who is having the money already, and he is selling like anything, and you are actually having your hands tied up, and you are just seeing that, oh, my idea now gone high, right? So you need to sign the confidentiality and the NDA agreement. Don't be over optimistic that promising a lot of things in your business plan, right? In 10 years, we will be generating 200 crores and it will be number one company in the world. So all this, always remember this golden word, right? Always under promise and over deliver, right? This has to be there, tattooed in your brain, right? Whatever thing that you do, whether you are working under someone or whether you are having your own company, you are a startup, you are doing some service, product, whatever it is, always under promise, over deliver. That you have to remember. Then don't involve in analysis paralysis. Okay, sariya varuma varada. No. All those things, analysis paralysis, right? So don't wait for the perfect time to launch. You know what? Perfection is the enemy of productivity. Perfection is the friend of procrastination. You will always procrastinate. You will always postpone a thing when you are expecting something to be perfect. I'll give you a very, very easy to understand real life example, right? Okay. Now I want to do exercise every day. I want to go to the ground. I want to run some 6 kilometers every day. Okay. I'm just waiting for the perfect moment. What is the perfect moment? I am waiting for my shoes to arrive. I am waiting for my jerseys to arrive. I'm waiting for my t-shirts to arrive. I'm waiting for the wonderful climate. I'm waiting for my friend to also sign up with me and run. So these are all the perfection examples that you're actually waiting for before you start. But what will you get? Only regret is what you get, right? So don't involve in analysis paralysis, right? So have your business plan ready, even if it is 80% okay. Start the proceeding, right? Remaining 20%, you will get to set it right as you get the feedback from the people with whom you are presenting, maybe your friends, maybe your family members. You get a lot of feedback, and with that you can actually correct, right? So secrecy is very, very important. And the next one is executive summary, right? After the cover page, after the contents, you need to have the executive summary for your business plan. It is like a 2-minute trailer, right? 2-minute trailer, right? For example, so what makes you to go to a movie theater, or maybe sign up to Amazon or Netflix to watch a movie, right? The only thing is the trailer that you are actually seeing, right? The trailer that you are actually seeing. So it is going to be a 2-minute trailer. So this is also called as the elevator pitch. Like imagine that you are entering into an elevator to present a business plan, right? You are meeting, for example, say Mark Zuckerberg or Jeff Bezos is out there in the elevator, and both of you are going to the 10th floor. You have just got 30 seconds or less than 30 seconds to give your elevator pitch. And that is what the executive summary should have, right? So what problems you are solving? Which are the problems that you are solving? How are you better than your competition? Why should people choose you instead of your competitor, right? Why will you succeed where others have failed? What makes niche, right? How are you different from others? These things have to be smooshed together in 30 seconds, and you need to give the elevator pitch, which should be not more than 2 pages, right? Your executive summary has to be within 2 pages so that they can flip through and see what attracts them most. What problem you are solving? How are you different? What is the niche that you're going to cover? What is the marketing strategy that you have got? Wow, excellent, done. And then in the executive summary, you also need to have about the funds. What are the source of funds and how you are going to utilize those funds, and when are you expecting the ROI, which is the buzzword for any investment, which is return on investment, right? So that has to be there in the executive summary as well. And the industry and trends, different industry, different trends. So you cannot give a business plan where the trend is already outdated in an industry, right? For example, imagine that you are going to start maybe an electronics company, and you are talking about Walkman, right? Some of you in this room may be attending this particular lecture, or maybe this workshop, might not have seen the Walkman at all, right? Right. So it has to be on the current trend, right? Right one at the right time has to be in the elevator pitch, right? So then you have to be talking about your competition also. So what your competition is doing, and how well you have planned or you have strategized to be different from your competitor, right? So that you have to study. For that, you need to study about your competitors as well. Then who are your potential customers? That has to be there in the business plan. Who are your potential customers? For example, you need to have their demographics. What do I mean by the demographics? Demographics means like maybe their lifestyle, right? Then okay, their geographical location, right? Their geographical location, right? Geographic location. Then their age is also a demographic. Their age, maybe in some cases, religion also, right? That is religion in the sense of way of life, right? Way of life. If you are maybe selling a particular kind of a product, or giving a particular kind of a service, right? So it depends. For example, you are starting a tours and travels industry, right? So based on the religion, right, the markets will be different, right? For example, the Hindus, they may travel around around India. They may travel around India to see the temples, to see the different, maybe they may travel to Ganges. They may go to Varanasi, right? They may go to Himalayas, right? All these places. If you are catering to your potential customers are Muslims, then they will be traveling to Mecca, they will be traveling to Medina and all these places, right? If you're catering to maybe Christians, then they will be traveling to Jerusalem, right? So all these places, right? So it depends what kind of customers you are going to cater into. So these are called as the demographics. Psychographics is something like their emotions, right? For example, if someone is, for example, he is tech savvy and he wants to change his product every now and then, right? It is depending on his emotions, and it depends upon decision makers which are based on the wants and not the needs. So these are the psychographics. So you have to segregate your potential customers according to the demographics and the psychographics and include them in your business plan as well. Why we should have it? Because whether your product is for a want or a need, whether your product is for a want or a need. Want is actually sophistication. Need is actually a daily requirement, like something like a rice, right? Something like water, right? Something like a mobile phone is a need now. But going for an iPhone, going for a Samsung, maybe a bifold phone, it is a want, right? I'm having a normal four-wheeler, for example, say it is a Maruti or maybe a Hyundai. Okay, it is fine. That is my need. I'm going for a Mercedes-Benz. I'm going for a Lamborghini. I'm going for a Nissan GT. So that is quite a want, right? So what you are actually going to cater, whether it is a need or a want, it depends on what product and what service you are actually going to make, right? Then your niche. Why should people come to you and buy from you instead of your competitor, which we call as the USP, unique selling proposition, or in modern times we used to call it the unique buying proposition. Why should people buy from you rather than your competitors? We need to understand what exactly is our USP and UBP. Price is no more a USP. Everyone will say cheap and best product I'm serving, right? Everyone will say that I'm giving all service at one roof. Everyone will say that, but you have to identify your USP, right? So online presence is very, very important now. So how you are going to have your online presence, right? Whether you are going to sell your services and your products online, right? It is very, very mandatory, especially during the pandemic. We have seen in the last 19 months, close to about 12, 13 months were spent during lockdown. And that is where the online boom has come into place, right? Amazon is selling more, Flipkart is selling more, and lots of companies have come online. Nykaa, you see the company which is going to be an IPO very much soon. I think in the next week, Nykaa is going to be listed in the Sensex and as well as Nifty, right? So Nykaa is one company which recently got into the buzz through the online selling of the cosmetics, right? So all these things have to be included in your business plan, which includes the online presence as well. And the next one is people. As I already told you, they are the most valuable asset. We always call the team, acronym team stands for together everyone achieves more, right? For you to achieve more in your business, you need a team and not yourself alone. So your most valuable asset, what are their skills? You have to outline the skills, maybe your HR, your admin, your accounting team, and your manufacturing team, your marketing team, your advertisement team, right? So your research and development team, right? So what kind of educational levels they have and what kind of experience and expertise they have, what kind of skills they possess, that has to be included in the business plan. And what are their roles and responsibilities, including the job description maybe, and then the hierarchy of the company as well. But during the start, when you have just started your company, maybe you will not have the sophistication to have people for everything, right? For example, you start from founder, CEO, and then you go to the COO, CFO, CXO, and then you go to the next level of executives and the managers and all these people, right? During the first period, maybe during the first 1 year or 1.5 years, what you may have to do is you have to pitch into every role, right? Riaz is the CEO, Riaz is taking care of the admin, Riaz is taking care of the HR, Riaz is taking care of the accounts and everything. But as time passes, you need to be replacing them, right? And that is all about people. And then about marketing. What kind of a marketing strategy that you have? For example, how you are going to market your product. As I already said, you can be the best, but you have to be seen as the best. I repeat, you can be the best, but you have to be seen as the best. How in the world can you do it? Only through marketing, right? So 80% of the time you have to be spending on your marketing, and you have to brief about your marketing strategy, how and what you are going to do through your marketing strategy. You have to explain it in the business plan, and what is going to be your online strategy, digital marketing strategy, and offline strategy, media, paper. So all these things you have to do it. And what is the budget, annual budget? On an average in our company, for example, we set close to about 3% to 5% annual budget for our marketing expenditure, online and offline together, right? It differs from business to business. It differs from profession to profession. It differs from product to product. So based on the product and the service that you choose, you have to create a marketing strategy and a marketing budget for that. And then the most important thing, if I am an angel investor, if I am a VC, if I am a person who is going to be investing in your company, these are the things that I'm going to see, right? Forecasted financial statements. How is your cash flow going to be, right? For at least for the next 2 to 3 years before you start the business. And then what is your balance sheet? Proposed provisional balance sheet. What is your balance sheet saying? Right, your assets and the liabilities and source of funds and the utilization of funds. And last but not the least is eye on the bottom line, right? What is your bottom line saying? What is there in the bottom line of a P&L statement? It is profit and loss, right? What is going to be on the net profit, right? At the end of the day, any investor will always invest only when he knows or she knows that what is going to be in his pocket or her pocket, right? That has to be very, very attractive. And remember that it has to be practical and achievable. Always remember, under promise, over deliver. So that you have to remember. And finally, we need to have some support documents, like what are the photos and the videos that you have to substantiate your business plan, to to support your business plan, right? To add some value to your business plan, right? Maybe the sites that you are actually planning to have, or maybe the model of a house, or model of a office, or model of the project that you are going to have, or the video animation, or maybe a 3D walkthrough, whatever that you are actually projecting, you can have it. And then the resumes as well, right? For example, you have actually recruited some people from the industry leading resumes that you have got. You can add those resumes as well. And the store blueprints. For example, you are planning for a franchise outlet and you are trying to franchise your business, maybe to some 300 outlets, how those outlets are going to look. You can have the store blueprints and some digital documents as well, as always as a ready reckoner, right? So always have some support documents to support your blueprint, right? To support your blueprint. And finally, look is very, very important, right? We used to hear informal, right? So what people used to say is, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover. But you know, a cover has to be attractive. If you go and ask an author, he will always say that a cover is the most important thing any person is going to have a first look on the book, right? So the look is very, very important for your business plan. If it is an online document, maybe a hard copy or a soft copy, the look is very, very important. So be professional, design and do it professionally well. Spend some money, few $1,000 on it to design it professionally. And then a well-designed cover page is very, very essential for you to give the blueprint, right? And then you need to have a compelling logo for your company as well, right? You need to have a professionally made logo for your company. You cannot simply type it in Arial font or Times New Roman Helvetica, right? You cannot do that. You need to have a professional logo so that it can create a buzz while you are presenting the business plan. And then your social media and the contact details as well in the cover page, or maybe in the inner page, right? Always carry a hard copy and always have access to the soft copy, because the people may say that, okay, I'll have this hard copy, and you are having only one hard copy and you are going to do the presentation to one other guy. So always have some handy hard copies, right? So overall, we have just seen how a business blueprint can be done, or how a business plan can be done in these few steps, right? So in a matter of 45 minutes, I think, yeah, exactly 45 minutes, 11:45 now. So 45 minutes, I was able to cover a little bit about business plan. Hope you have got some kind of an idea. Before 11 o'clock, you might be having some idea about business plan. Now, some kind of value addition has been done to write a business plan for you, right? So if you have any questions related to this particular topic, I am ready to answer, right? I'm ready to answer. So otherwise, you can just share what you learned, what is the aha moment that you got from the last 45 minutes. So let me expect some questions in the chat box. So you can...
Yeah. Mr. Riaz, thank you very much. Very, very impressive presentation.
Well, thank you.
It was flowing like a water. Thanks a lot. It's a general question, not with the reference to business plan per se. I'm looking at the entire startup ecosystem, which is prevailing in India as of today. How do you look at the ecosystem, how it is evolving over a period of time when compared to that of the yesteryears? This is my question number one. My question number two, with the reference to the recent rush towards attaining something called unicorn and then going for big valuation followed by IPO. There seems to be a rush. I don't know whether I can call it as a mad rush or not, but there seems to be a rush towards attaining that so-called unicorn status and then going for IPO. How do you look at these two?
The one thing is compared to the yesteryears, how the startups are coming up right now, how the ecosystem is. The ecosystem is much startup friendly, if I would say it in a single word. So lots and lots of angel investors are ready to invest, and lots of VCs are also ready to invest because what these companies and what these investors need is better ideas, good ideas, you know. And where do ideas come from? Ideas come from fresh minds. Ideas don't come from people like me. Ideas come from fresh minds, fresh people, right? So the ecosystem is pretty much good. But one thing we have to remember as a student or as a budding entrepreneur or as a startup entrepreneur is nothing is achieved easily. No one got into the top of the pyramid or top of the ladder, right, by fluke. No one in this world. If you can just tell me one guy who got there in fluke, then definitely it is not possible. You cannot find one, right? You cannot find one. So what I would say to the startup entrepreneurs, to the people who are in that particular paradigm is, you have to be I share it as the 4 P's of life, 4 P's of success. Number one is you have to be passionate about what you do. Passionate about what you do. The second one is you have to be patient. You have to be patient to get up into the ladder, to get up on top of the ladder, top of the pyramid, right? And then the third P is you have to be perseverant. You need to have the perseverance, right? Vida muyarchi, we call it in Tamil, right? You have to there is a Japanese proverb, right? If you fall down 7 times, stand up the 8th time. Get up the 8th time, right? So you need to have the patience and you need to have the never ever give up attitude. And that is the third P. And last one, but not the least, which is very, very important. I used to say this in Tamil, Ulagin Talaichiranda Sol Seyal, which is performance, right? Last P. Don't expect your productivity to increase without action, without performance. You have to perform, right? So what startup entrepreneurs are thinking is, if I go with an idea, if I go and present, I'll get a lot of money. No, that is not possible. That is not how the ecosystem is. Of course, you will be in the limelight if you have one of the best ideas and if you are able to put those ideas into action.
Yeah.
So my mentor, I have met Mr. Robin Sharma, the author of the book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. He used to say very often, ideation without execution is delusion. So ideation without execution is delusion. So it has to be 100%. You have to execute 100%, right? You have to give your 100%, right? Nothing makes you successful other than hard work, right? Other than hard work. So you need to be working hard. Success is not success is not fluke, right? Success is never a fluke. That is what I will say. And the second one is about these unicorns. See, we are seeing only the tip of the iceberg. What I will say, we are only seeing the tip of the iceberg, right? So 99% of the unicorns, 99% of the startups, they fail. So only 1% are successful, and only 1% are successful. For example, if you see Zomato, right? They are a unicorn and they have got IPO subscription now, which actually boomed, right? Close to what I think they were able to generate close to about $1 billion or something, more than 6,000 crores, I think. Right? So, but the thing is, if you see their financial statements for the past 3 years, they were on huge loss. They were in huge loss, but we are not able to understand this. We were not able to understand this. They were oversubscribed. Oversubscribed to I think 3 times, 4 times. I don't know the number. I don't remember the exact number. Right? Even I applied for it, and then I canceled it. Because I canceled it because my agent said, my advisor said, investment advisor said, it is not advisable for you to invest. But what I saw in the market is it immediately surged 10%, 15%. Immediately I called my advisor and said, see, I might have made some 15% profit.
Okay.
So it depends. There are some good companies as well which are coming up, and there are some. At the end of the day, if you are going to invest in the market, considering an IPO, it is always to think long term and not short term. That is what I will advise always. Always don't go by your emotions. Plenty of money is lost in the market, in the market only because your emotions are too high, and you have become the slave for your emotions. The decisions are taken very fast. So as I already said, P is very, very important. Patience is very, very important, right?
Thank you.
So
Keshav Naren, you can unmute yourself and ask. Keshav, please ask your question.
Good morning, sir. I'm Keshav Naren from DJ Academy, first MBA. So I have an idea of preceding the automobile service sectors. In future, that there is any scope for service or any dealership sectors, sir?
You're asking me that question. You have to do the homework, no? I do not know. I do not know anything about automobiles. If you ask me about my industry, for example, schools or retails or restaurants or maybe halwa, I would be able to answer. But as far as automobile is concerned, ask the experts, right? Ask the experts.
Okay, sir. So I just want you to get the which sector is a future scope.
Being in the food sector and the retail sector, I always will say that there will always be good scope for food.
Okay, sir.
Since time immemorial, where always people love food, and as far as the clothing is concerned, so it has got a good scope. So all these industries are I am associated with. So I will always say that those industries only, right? So again, education is another industry, which is again it is like recession free, of course in this pandemic it has become a victim as well, but still, so education has got a very good scope, whatever time period that we are in. Apart from that, I do not know anything about automobile case. I'm very sorry for that. I cannot comment on that because I'm not an expert on it.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
So good morning. Hello.
Monisha, can I come in the PTR order so that
Monisha, I'll call you.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Darshan, you can ask.
Good morning, sir. Myself, Darshan.
Good morning.
First MBA student at DJ Academy, sir. And I also completed electrical and electronics engineering from Sri Krishna College of Technology, sir. And so, first of all, it was very wonderful session, sir. My aha moment was when you told always under promise but over deliver. This concept was like I liked it, sir. So my question is, there are a lot of startups providing consumer electronics now, sir. There have been a lot of emerging startups, sir. Is there a viable market for future startups entering into the same industry, sir, consumer electronics?
Again, Darshan, I would like to give the same answer that I gave to Keshav. So I'm not an industry expert when it comes to consumer electronics. I haven't been a dealer, or I haven't been a user as well, right? All I know about as far as consumer electronic, if you tell me, right, I am a vivid fan of Apple products. So I use an iPhone, I use an iPad, I use an iMac, and I use a Mac Mini, right? If you ask me, okay, it has got a wonderful market here in India, because people are now trying to go and buy Apple products, and the market of Apple has gone high, right? But as far as the other consumer products are concerned, it depends upon what kind of product that you are going to deal with. One thing I will definitely ask you to ponder and also be careful is, when the consumer electronics, the industry is changing every day.
Yeah.
It is changing every day. So
Yes.
Today's product will be outdated as soon as another new product or another new technology comes in place. So it will become obsolete, and you may be out of the market one day, right? All of a sudden, how many of us are going to the post office now? How many of us are using the fax machine now? How many of us are using the stamps now? Lot of things, right? How many of us are still tuning to the All India Radio, or still watching DD, or still watching the Doordarshan, right? See, things change very fast, especially the consumer industry. It changes very, 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 very fast, right? So you have to be a little bit, you have to be more careful before you invest, or before you start a consumer electronics company. That is one advice that I can give, one suggestion that I can give. Hope that was useful, Darshan. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Amalan, please ask your question.
Sir, good morning, sir. I am Amalan from first year MBA at DJ MBA Academy. Sir, my question is, my ambition is starting a milk product industry. After pandemic, is there a scope, sir?
The meat product. You are talking about meat, right?
Milk.
Yes, a milk product.
Milk product. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
See, milk is a universal, man. Everyone, I'm a tea lover, I'm a coffee lover, right? Everyone in India cannot live without a cup of tea or without a cup of coffee. It will always, see, it depends on what kind of market that you are segmenting, right? Nowadays, people are very much health oriented. So, for example, in my house, we are buying A2 milk, right? A2 milk, right? And then it depends upon what kind of a niche that you are going to establish, right? So if you are going to start at another, for example, a milk company, right? A milk vending company, you cannot compete with the market leaders like Arogya, Avin, or all these brands, right? Maybe you can add some value-added products, and even value-added products are still available in the market. So it depends on what kind of a niche, how you are. As I already told you, you need to develop your own USP and UBP. Why should people come and buy your product? You have to be very, 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 very clear about it. And your competitor analysis is very, very important, right? So if you are going to launch a same product like your competitor, then you have to be very, very clear that why people should choose you instead of your competitor, what makes you different, and why you have started this, right? Yes. If you are starting up one more milk company, one more milk product company, then the competition will be huge, Amalan. because the market is already saturated. So you have to do some kind of a homework on how to differentiate yourself from others. Maybe like, for example, say I'll give you an idea, right? Just strike my mind. All these milk brands, they are giving milk in these sachets, right?
Yes, sir.
No company has come forward to give it in bottles like they give in the US, in the Gulf countries.
Yes.
So this is not done. This is one thing you can think innovatively, right?
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Sir, can we take a few more questions?
You're asking me, sir?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm open till maybe another 15 minutes. Okay.
Sure.
That's great.
Kalimuthu, please come in. Quickly come and ask your question.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I am calling to from TJ Academy. First of all, thank you, sir, for this wonderful session. Sir, my question is, how do I determine whether I am capable of starting a business?
That's a very good question. Right. So how do I determine that I am capable of starting a business? Right. So Kalimuthu, can I ask you some questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have a long-term goal for your life?
Yes, sir. It's entrepreneurs.
Want to become an entrepreneur? Is that what I'm hearing, Kalimuthu? Kalimuthu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm yes.
Okay, so you want to become an entrepreneur. Now,
Yes.
now tell me give me another answer. Why do you want to become an entrepreneur?
Sir, because entrepreneur are earning more, sir.
Entrepreneur is earning more. Okay. Okay, right. Now tell me, why do you want to earn more, Kalimuthu? Kalimuthu, are you there? Still there?
Sir,
Why do you want to earn? Why do you want to earn more?
Ultimate aim is earning, sir.
Yeah. No, sorry, Kalimuthu. Kalimuthu, your voice is breaking.
So
why do you?
Ultimate aim is earning, it seems.
Huh?
His ultimate aim is to earn, it seems, sir.
No. I'm okay with earning, no problem. Even I am earning, I want more money. Okay, right? Okay, why do you want more money? Why do you want to earn more, Kalimuthu? That is my question. Why? No answer?
No, sir.
To have a status in the society.
To have a status in the society. Why do you want to have a status in the society? Still the purpose is not clear, right? Have your purpose clear. Have your purpose clear, right? So that will be the driving force for your life. For your life. So have your purpose thoughtfully written, maybe tattooed on your brain. This is what I want to achieve in my life. See, money is just a mechanism to achieve that. Money is just a medium. Guys, money is just a medium. You can earn money without being an entrepreneur, right? Without being an entrepreneur, you can earn money, right? You can sell your property, still you can have money, and you can buy anything you want with your money. You can marry a beautiful girl from a well-educated and a sophisticated family, and still you can inherit a lot of money, and then you can spend it, right? So if you want to become an entrepreneur because you want to make money, then I'm not satisfied with that answer. Why do you want that particular money? What are you going to do with that money? If you tell me that I am going to invest in 100 companies who are going to be the startups like me, which I started 20-30 years ago, and that is why I want more money, that is a purpose, right? That serves as a purpose, right? So have your purpose clear, and then definitely you will one day know that I am ready to become a business owner. I am ready to become an entrepreneur. Thank you for the question, Kalimuthu. Over to Monisha, I believe.
Monisha, please introduce yourself and ask your question, Monisha.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Monisha from First MBA, Kalasalingam University. Sir, it is a partnership business is very successful manner is going ahead.
Monisha, your question is, you are asking me whether the partnership firm is successful or not.
Yes, successfully ahead.
You are asking me whether it is successful or not. Is it the question?
Yes, sir. It becomes a successful or not.
Is it becoming successful or not? Okay, that's a good question, right?
Thank you.
So, okay. So, Monisha, that's a very good question. So, whether it is advisable to go for a partnership firm, because I don't have the full money to start my business. Can I have more partners in my business? The answer is yes, and the answer is no. Right. So, one answer why I said yes is, of course, you can get some good investors, good partners for your life. And there are lots and lots of examples in my own life where I have got some good partners and I have started business, and both of us are in the win-win situation, right? And why I said no is it depends upon who you choose as a partner. A partner is the one who actually travels with you in ups and downs. Normally, people who are very happy during the ups, they are completely upset during your downs, right? So have the expectation clear before you come into the partnership agreement. So before you get into the partnership agreement, all the expectations have to be clear and all those things, right? Don't give false expectations. Don't ask them to expect more from you, and understand who is who, what is your role, what is my role, and what if the entire idea becomes a crap, and how do we actually divide it, and what is the liability that is involved, and all these things have to be discussed upfront. And then if he or she accepts, then take them as a partner and take your journey, right? In short, so identifying a good partner is far more important or predominant than starting the partnership firm itself. You need to find a good partner. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Monisha. Nikhilesh, please come in. Nikhilesh Madhav.
Sir, good morning, sir. I am Nikhilesh Madhav, pursuing MBA from DJME. My question is, what are the government assistance for startups companies?
Government assistance for the startups.
See,
so to be very frank, I don't know exactly what are the government institutions that are available for startups, but there are lots and lots of these private organizations which are actually helping startups. As I already shared, CK, Calvin Klein, this natural salon, they are having one this angel investing kind of a setup. And then there is one organization which is called as Native Leads. Native Leads, they are investing in startups, right? So as far as the government norms or government schemes are concerned, I'm not aware of it. Maybe you can invite the faculty, or maybe the head of the institution can invite people from the government sector to explain about the different schemes, right?
Sure.
Actually, sure. I do not know.
Yeah.
There is a district, DIC is there. They give a loan. I think, they give loan at a very, very, very low interest. And all these schemes are there, which my friends used to apply. But you can invite those experts and ask them to share it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the information.
Welcome, Nikhilesh. Yeah.
Gokul, you can ask your question.
Sir, okay. Sir, good morning, sir. I am Gokul from DJAME.
Good morning, Gokul.
My question is, what is the registration procedure for startup companies, sir? New startup companies.
First thing is you need to confirm whether it is going to be a proprietorship, partnership, private limited, limited liability, or a public limited company. So you have to confirm that, and then you have to apply. You have to get ready with the document. For proprietorship, you need not have any document. You just need an address proof and an ID proof, which your own PAN and as well as your own Aadhaar will be sufficient, or maybe your passport will be sufficient. And as far as the partnership firm is concerned, you need to prepare a partnership agreement, and then you need to apply for the PAN, that is your permanent account number, PAN card for the partnership. And if it is a limited liability, again another limited liability, private limited, public limited companies, you need to be ready with the MOU and the AOA, Memorandum of Understanding and Articles of Association. So you need to be confirming with the directors and who are the shareholders and all these stuff. Then later on, you will be applying for the, in terms of LLP and as well as limited companies, you need to be applying with the ROC, Register of Companies, for the registration certificate. Before that, you need to be getting the director's identification number, which is called as the DIN number, and you have to apply for that. And the PAN is mandatory as well for those companies. And once you get your PAN, and maybe you can also start registering for the MSME, medium and small enterprises, and that registration, MSME registration, you have to get. Once you have got the PAN number and the MSME, you can apply for GST. Or if you are not covered under the GST, then you can go and apply for the bank account. So once you start the bank account, everything will fall in place. Then I think this is the initial procedure you need to know.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, Mohamed Riaz, please ask a question. He's a guest, sir. Sounds like him. Mohamed Riaz. Mohamed Riaz Abdullah, you can ask a question.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, my name is myself Mohamed Riaz, sir. I have a question for career of what is important. Whether it is or
Riaz, we are not able to hear you. There is a disturbance in your audience, in your audio, sorry. Can you be quick? Can you quickly ask or you put in chat?
You switch off your video and ask. Maybe the bandwidth will be, switch off your video and then ask. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sir, for a career, whether it is what is important, whether it is a personality or a seniority.
Personality or
Seniority.
Technology.
Seniority.
Personality or seniority.
Yes, sir.
For career growth, you are asking, huh?
Yes, sir. Career.
If you ask me, I'll always say that it is attitude.
Yeah.
It is our attitude. We always say that hire for attitude and train for skills. Hire for attitude and train for skills. Skills can be trained, right? We can give training to develop any skill, speaking skill, communication skill, writing skill, drawing skill, any skill, marketing skills, right? Any skill can be trained, but attitude, it depends within myself, right? It completely it is resting within myself. So in that case, personality is very, very important rather than seniority. I may be wrong, Riaz, but according to me, that is the right answer. Personality.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
So shall we take one last question, sir? We have 3 more minutes. Yeah. Kaushika, quickly ask your question.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Myself, Kaushika, first MBA at DJME. Sir, can I know how did you build your business relationship?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Kaushika, and thanks for asking me. So while introducing me, people announced me as the Executive Director of BNI Tirunelveli, Regional Director of BNI Nagarkoil, and as well as Chuttukuren. BNI is an international organization, which is the short form of Business Networking International. It does not make sense whether you make millions of dollars or thousands of dollars, right? It depends on how much your network is. Your net worth depends upon your network. So we have to network with a lot of people, and that is how you build a relationship. People have to know you, like you, and then trust you before doing any business with you, right? A stranger walking into my store, he will become a client only if he knows me, if he likes me, and if he trusts me. Where in the world you can find all these three? Inside a BNI meeting, you can find. I request our host and as well as the organizers of this particular program to take all those MBA students as observers to the nearby available BNI meeting. That will be a game changer for them. That will be a game changer for them. And if possible, I will be able to connect you with the executive directors of Coimbatore as well. So that is how I actually built my relationship. Kaushika, that is a very good question in terms of my career. You know, in 1997, I joined my grandfather's organization as a managing director. You know what? I am very, I mean, like a person who is an introvert. You know, an introvert. தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்னா ரொம்ப கூச்ச சுபாவம். யார் மக்களை நிறைய பார்க்கிறதுக்கு வந்து பிடிக்காது, right? Introvert. But my father is an extrovert. He is the professor of zoology. Wherever he goes in a flight, in the railway station, he finds a friend and he befriends him within a matter of few seconds. I am a total opposite. I am an introvert, right? I never talk with people. I always sit in my cabin alone, thinking, growing my business, not relationship, right? Business. But when I came into BNI, now only building relationship becomes my prima facie agenda, becomes my prime agenda, right? I build relationship with people from Tuticorin, Nagarkoil, Tirunelveli, and as well as in Coimbatore, Salem. You name any city in India, I have a relationship there. Any city, right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, you name any city, I have a relationship there. And that is how I started building my relationship through networking events. If after passing out, right, after passing out your MBA, if you are going to start your business career, join in any one of these organizations. Be a part of a social organization like Rotary, like Lions, right? Be a part of a social organization. Be a part of your industry-oriented organization. For example, right, a chamber of commerce, or maybe if someone of you is a doctor, then maybe IMA, Indian Medical Association, or someone of you is a dentist, then Indian Dental Association, right? Or maybe someone of you becomes a builder one day, Builders Association of India, who are into promoting, maybe CREDAI, right? Lots and lots of associations are there. You become a part of your industry specific network. The third one is you have to be a part of strong contact networks, which is none other than BNI, right? So you have to be in at least two of these three different network organizations so that you can build relationship and know more about people, and you can increase your network and thereby increase your net worth as well. Hope that answered the question.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Sir, shall we wrap up, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to be in touch with me, you can follow me in all the social media. I am very active in YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So everything is there in that particular link, mohammedriaz.com/social. Thank you so much for having me here. Back to the host.
Yes, sir. Already a lot of our students must have connected with you via LinkedIn, sir. We have already shared your link.
All right.
Thanks for this wonderful session, sir. It was really enriching, and it's very useful for aspiring management students. So thanks for that. So now let me invite our final year student Sindhura to give the formal vote of thanks.
So good afternoon all. I'm happy to express my gratitude to our speaker, Mr. Mohamed, for enriching the session. So this session was really interesting and insightful, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And I also extend my thanks to our beloved director, Dr. AGV Narayanan, sir, for arranging this event and for his constant support. Last but not the least, I also thank all the faculty members for contributing us through this event. And I thank all the students for their presence here. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Riaz. Looking forward to have you amidst us in the campus at the earliest.
Yeah, sure, anytime.
Yeah.
My sister is married.
Oh, that's great.
My sister is married in Coimbatore only, so she's there. So
Very
whenever
good.
we come there, I think we'll have a chance to meet.
Please, sir. Looking forward to. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice weekend. Yeah.